What a match! The intensity was off the charts tonight.
Absolutely, and that final move was a game changer.
Welcome back to the Duels Corner, where stories come alive and ideas ignite. And this morning we are talking about Friday Night Smackdown that took place October 31st, 2025. And I gotta admit out the jump, this was a good show. Very good show. I would say if I had to gauge it, had a couple little more edges against Monday Night Raw. Now, let me break down why SmackDown did their segments just a tad bit better. Okay, so we take place in Salt Lake City. We're in the Delta Center, where if you're Chicago Bulls fans, you know that oh so well. Okay, we start with the backstage current and arrival energy. The cameras caught the contenders and title holders jaw to jaw, talking shit backstage, setting the energy. You know what's going on. You had Tiffany Stratton hobbling slightly, knee wrap visible. This is going to be very important to their upcoming match after Jey put that beat down on the last week. Meanwhile, you had Nick Aldis was prepping, to get everybody together, calling everybody out, telling Tiffany Stratton and Carhill, look, no physical contact until Saturday. Y'all can't touch each other. Don't look at each other. There's a lot on the line right here. On the men's side, you had the tensions, of course, between Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre was visibly hot. They were scheduled to do the face-off this weekend, but they had the contract signing later on in the evening that you know how that shit gonna go, how all contract signings go. Okay, so think of this shit like you're in a warehouse before a big shipment arrives. The forklifts are revving, the crates are stacked, and you know something's big about to go down. The pre-show environment set the tone. Injuries, ultimatums, stare down, all physical shit that gets you going. This is how you start. This is how you get busy to get your crowd into it. Not just showing motherfuckers just walk in the arena, walking around, sipping coffee. Don't give a fuck about that. I don't care. I want to feel like this is big, the stakes are high, and anything can fucking happen. This was absolutely beautiful. This is how you start, in my opinion. From the opening bell, we had a beautiful package about Igor Dragunov. This guy is amazing. They did a great package of the injury, the comeback, the feel-good moment. This guy is money. This guy gets what it means to be a WWE superstar. He's just absolutely phenomenal, facials and everything. So the first match, we had the Open Challenge, the United States Challenge. A lot of people hit the ring. Nathan Frazier came out saying, hey, G, I want that round. Now also we had Tommaso Ciampa, which I like. So you had Tommaso Ciampa out there saying, no, fam, this is mine. I need to get that. All right, so again, Dragunov said, hey, Nathan was first. You go that way, and let's get busy. These guys had a phenomenal match. Absolutely amazing. The crowd was into it. Crazy spots. There was one spot off the top rope where it looked like Frazier fell on the back of his head, and it was like, oh my fucking God. But thankfully, it seemed like he was okay. The match was hard hitting. He won with a power bomb and the H bomb. It was just a good match. After the match, they shook up. Gave respect to one another. Really great. I really want to see them run that back. But then I like at the end, Ciampa came out, blasted Nathan from behind. His partner came out. Igor Dragunov jumped out there, and they fought about it. And it was a really, really good match. It set up the seeds, and they're doing a good job in the mid-card. One of the glaring issues that I feel is going on right now in the WWE is their mid-card is really weak. For these Intercontinental Championships and the United States Champion, you got to build up contenders to make it believable. Sami Zayn has done a great job, and I think Eganov is going to take it to the next level. I'm interested. It has my attention. I can't wait to see this go. I would love to see an impromptu match added to Saturday's night's main event, maybe Dragunov and Ciampa. I think that'd be really good. That'd be really good money. Here's fingers crossed, hoping that something like that can happen. Then next up, the women's division. And we had, women's division has a lot of drama, backstage promos. This is absolutely phenomenal. I'm here for all of this. So Tiffy's come up there talking shizzle, saying she want that fade with Jade Carhill tonight, not Saturday. blah, 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 blah. Jey come out saying, hey, bro, I got my shit cracked open 2 weeks ago, and I'm telling you right now, I know what I need to do. And I like how she said, taffy time is up. I need to get that belt. Nick Aldis ran out again, saying, hey, ain't nobody touching, ain't no bullshit. We ain't got no time for this. We got to keep this together. We need that money match. And what's interesting, and this is a really telling, like, little sub thing I've been noticing almost for like the past year, that Pierce is looked as a hero. He gets cheered. Nick Aldis kind of gets booed. And I'm wondering, this is a long-term story that they're working on somewhere down the line. But I'm really interested to see where it goes. And Nick Aldis is really just doing the same job that Adam Pearce is doing. But I'm just loving the dynamic that the crowd really ain't fucking with Nick Aldis. Maybe I'm just overseeing that and not, maybe looking too much into that. But I just felt like that was something that was very interesting. We had mid-card matches, tag team ripples. So, okay, then the show is just going with just in-ring action. A lot of matches on SmackDown, which I like, and it's pushed me back in the mood back in the day when we had the Sensational Six. Back in the day, the Eddies, the Edges, the Rey Mysterios, the Kurt Angles, the Chris Benoits, where, these guys are just going out there just putting on great matches, keeping the crowd entertained. Carmelo Hayes defeated Kit Wilson in a very good match. Very good match. Carmelo Hayes has something. And I'm feeling like they're starting to really lean into it. And like you said, you can say what you want with The Miz. But The Miz has this uncanny ability to just get people over. You get a rub for The Miz, whether if you're wrestling him or he's tagging with you. People kind of, the fans, I feel like, and even myself included, kind of feel like, hey, you know what? Give this guy a chance. Kit Wilson is good. I can't wait till his partner come back because I really liked him as a tag team with the Pretty Deadly thing. So, we'll never know, but this was a very good match. We had tag and secondary matches also taking place on here. We had the Motor City Machine Guns versus the MFTs. And, the Motor City Machine Guns, they gave them a little hype package when they came in, debuted, won the titles. And, I don't know if they put the belts on them too quick. They didn't let them simmer, but they kind of seem like they're stalling out. They hit that Street Profit level faster than you can think of. And Solo with the MFTs, it's just not there. And they're great workers. They're great hands, but it's just not there. This was probably the lull moment of the night. It just didn't hit. I just don't know what they're missing, but I don't know. Now, we also had Alexa Bliss defeating Nia Jax via the interference of Charlotte, but this was a really good match. These two girls got good chemistry. It's kind of like the David versus Goliath type of feel. Nia is really good at working big, understanding how to use her size. Alexa's a little bitty. She's going to get thrown all around, but still look good, look believable. Everything in the match made sense. Alexa had to use speed, quickness, sly, and even help from Charlotte, which is believable. And Nia just was a dominant force. And it never looked like the match was in doubt. But, of course, Charlotte coming in, helping her tag partner, picked up a big win. No problems with this match at all as well. Then we had the contract signing, the climax, of course. The final beat of this show was the contract signing between Cody and sexy Drew McIntyre. This was good. Drew really kind of encapsulates what a heel needs to be. Now, let's not forget that, before they went out there, Nick Aldis had conversations with both of them separately. Like, hey, let's just be professional. We don't want no fight, no bullshit. Please, we all know how these contract signings go. Can we just get in here and get out of there? But Nick said, hey, I have to ask you this just for, reasonings and shit like that. You didn't have anything to do with Jacob Fatu getting hurt. And Cody kind of made a face and said, no, of course not, blah, blah, blah. Nick's like, okay, I just wanted to make sure. And Drew McIntyre came next, and he's like, look, man, I ain't going to be no bullshit, no problem. I just want to just sign this so we can get it rocking and rolling. Da-da-da-da-da. I don't want no trouble. I don't want no smoke. We all good. So then, all right, so then they go out there. And there was an interesting part of this. Drew McIntyre made a really good point, and this is what I love about Drew's work. He said, look, I looked at this contract, and this contract bullshit. We already know that Cody would do anything possible to save his title. He blasted me with the title and got disqualified, but we all know if it's disqualification, countouts, non-stoppage, the title remains with the champion. So Drew McIntyre like, bro, I'm not for the sign this because this is bullshit. So nigga, I'll just try to buck up and say, you know what, dude, if you know how many other people out there want the title shot, I can go ask anybody. And if you don't want it, I'll get somebody else. And Drew looked at him as calm as a cucumber and said, all right, G, go get them. I'm out. So it was like a game of chicken with Cody. So he said, Cody was like, nah, man, fuck that. You know what? I don't give a fuck. Whatever you want, no disqualifications, whatever the fuck, you got it. You got it. You ain't got to worry about it because I'm going to beat you, blah, 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 blah. Again, babyface is being stupid. But whatever. It intrigued the story even more here. Now we create a stakes because, if you think about it, if it's cut and dry, right, just a normal match Saturday night main event, no real stakes, you can kind of guess like, okay, Cody going to retain. But now with this little bit of a wrinkle, you just don't know. So McIntyre crossed the line in the segment, 100% attacking and standing tall over Cody Rhodes, making a statement. Now, here's the thing where you have to understand, and you got to get it. Now, typically, when things like this happen, when the heel stands over the babyface, 9 times out of 10, the babyface will retain. But now with this little wrinkle that, hey, anything can kind of happen. There is no disqualification, no this and that. Now this makes this intriguing. Now on the SmackDown side, my final key takeaways, it set up a lot of intrigue. It set up a lot of, okay, what's going to happen type of deal. It just seemed more realistic with the outcomes of what can possibly happen. A lot of wrestling fans know the map. You know what I mean? But it's up to WWE to kind of take us on the journey of where we need to get through, what we see on the way to the journey to getting there. So this is what I really liked about SmackDown. I like that part. I love the fact that they're showcasing a lot more mid-card talents. Let the fans get to know the Nathan Frazers and the Carmelo Hayeses. The Tommaso Ciampas, even though they know them, but know them on the stage where they can get in the habit of seeing them every week, almost every other week. Because these United States Championship titles and the Intercontinental titles, that's the get up to the main, when you move to the main ones. It's like a stairs. And I like how they positioned the structure of the matches too. They did a great job. A very, very great job. Fantastic job. Amazing job. And now, after that, I'm just going to roll right into the Saturday night's main event predictions. Let's just get it. So, in no particular order, the World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk versus Jey Uso. As we know the story so far, Seth's unfortunate injury had to vacate the title. Jey won the Battle Royal to punch his ticket. High animosity, a crowning a new king type of energy. It's going to be great. X factors here. Bloodlines is still entangled in this bullshit. Even without Roman, you got Big Jim. You still have Solo. And don't forget you got the Vision too. I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of shenanigans in this match. I think at the end of the day, no matter what, if I'm booking this, Punk wins here. I feel like he gets the cleanest GTS after surviving super kicks to death. I feel like the WWE gets a marquee name to stabilize this fresh championship. Jey looks good in this defeat. Again, like I said, you're going to hedge in a run-in, maybe a tease, could force a rematch, but I lean Punk winning this night. He needs this win. Give him the title, and you could tell a better story with maybe Jey descent into heel. Possibly can Jey Uso join the Vision? Or Big Jim. Something's going to happen in this match, but I feel no matter what happens, CM Punk, Mr. Brooks, is walking out the champion. Period. Then we move to the undisputed WWE Championship. You have Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. Now again, the post-Crown Jewel, all that bullshit blew up. McIntyre has been on a tear even putting Cody through tables, claymores, sending a message. Here's the X factor here, and this is what I feel is going to happen. Definitely a ref bump's going to go down. McIntyre counters the crossroads maybe into a claymore out of nowhere, and whether the WWE really flips both men's world titles on one night, which will be amazing, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think, unfortunately, Cody retains here. It's going to be dramatic near falls, maybe a small package counter, maybe Cody cheats to win, maybe he grabs some tights. Maybe he do something when the ref's not looking. But this will tie in to this whole Jacob Fatu who attacked him. I think if you're booking this correctly, in my opinion, I feel if Cody's going to retain, he has to cheat or do something dirty or not Cody Rhodes like. I got the coaster. Then we move to the WWE Championship match with Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. Okay. Showcase clash, Tiffy slick, big match resume versus Jay's powerhouse Aurora. It's framed like, can Jade crack that ceiling tonight? I feel like she has to. I feel like Jade is a must win here. She cannot shit the bed here. She cannot doo-doo. She cannot potty. It seemed like something's just woken in her. And I really feel like she's going to dominate this. I feel like she's gonna beat the shit. And they also wrote Tiffany, if she does get squashed or she does lose, she's already probably been attacked, and showing the taped leg on SmackDown just a day before the match is a great out for her. I got Jade here winning. If the WWE wants a longer chase, expect a DQ controversy, but the temperature feels right. I feel like Tiffany's had a really good run, but I feel like you gotta shit or get off the pot with Jade Cargill. You put her in this position, and you gotta let her go. It's time for her to sink or swim. That's just how I feel. Then you have the Intercontinental Championship match, triple threat match, if you will, with Dirty Dom, Penta, and Ruru. Story so far has been chaotic. All three of these men have been circling each other for months, and everything's just seeming to come to a head. This is my pick, as I mentioned before. It's going to steal the show. I think this is going to be the match of the night. Okay, so now you have no DQs, one big move, one guy gets tossed, and Dom steals it. Penta Flash versus Rusev, brute force trauma. I still say Dirty Dom is too hot. He retains. He either steals a pin after Rusev and Penta kill each other, get the maximum heat with minimum effort. If there's a change, Penta feels like he would be a surprise pick, but not yet. Penta's winning is going to mean something. I think Dirty Dom, I think you got to ride him. He's just too fucking hot. And the crowd is really, really on his side. So you have to handle this differently. This is a perfect match for Dominic Mysterio. He's smart. He's intelligent. And this is a beautiful way for him to weasel out of this one. Now we talking about little quick hits and where the match is, where to watch in between. I think the open and close order, I think expect Punk and Jay to headline. I don't think Cody and Drew's going to close. Both world titles are on top, but the new champ coordination screams main event energy. So I'm going to go for Punk and Jay to end the show. Backstage, beats to expect. Medical updates on or teasers about Tiffany Stratton and Jay. They're going to talk about Cody and Drew pull apart potential. Punk and Jay stare down, contract signing. It's going to be live blogs, all types of shit going on there. But I think what's going to really happen at the end of this is going to be a lot of controversy. I think this Saturday night's main event is going to definitely end in a lot of controversy. So that is my very quick SmackDown and predictions review. I'm interested. I'm excited. And man, guys, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. And I cannot wait to see you in the next one.